Hey guys, today I'm going to be making raised garden beds out of something I've never seen used before. Ta-da! Wait. Ta-da! That's right, cement backer board. Sometimes people may just refer to this as Durock, which is a brand. This is Wonderboard, which is another brand. Either way, these are 3x5 sheets that are a 1/2 inch thick. It literally says on it, for use in wet dry areas and indoor-outdoor use. We're gonna find out, does this work or am I an idiot? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Spoiler alert, could be both. One of the great things about cement backer board is that it's easy to work with. As long as you're doing straight cuts, you can cut it pretty much just like drywall. You score one side, bend it, flip it over, and then cut in the seam to get the other side. The first planter I'm gonna make is for Kim to plant her raspberries in, and she just wants that like a foot tall, and I'm gonna work with the dimensions that I have on this cement backer board, which is 3 foot by 5 foot. So I'm actually gonna make this 2 foot by 5 foot long. But let's come to the first problem with cement backer board. You see how flimsy it is? Because it's not made to take on any weight. And I don't know if you can hear that or not, but ooh, there's some cracking going on. So let me get the rest of these pieces cut out, and then we'll see if we can tackle that issue. Herein lies the key to either my success or failure in this endeavor. That's right, construction adhesive. Power Grab. I'm using Power Grab because other construction adhesives can take hours to set, where Power Grab usually sets, oh, how about that, 0 seconds instantly. So I really like using this. I think when I bond these 2 1/2 inch sheets together, it's gonna take a lot of that flex out, hopefully take almost all that flex out, but we'll find out. Now, I won't know how well this works until it's totally set up, which is probably tomorrow. Even though Power Grab grabs instantly, it doesn't fully set up for about 24 hours. And if I try to test this too much, it's just gonna slide on itself. So what I'm gonna do is set this one to the side, let it dry, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the pieces so that I can make 1 more 5 foot side and 2 2 foot sides. While I'm waiting for those pieces to set up, I want to test and figure out how I'm going to put these sides together. And one way I'm going to test is I got these galvanized corner braces or L brackets, whatever you want to call it. And I have a feeling this isn't going to work, but I'm just going to try to put the screws that came with it. Not over tighten them to strip it out. The thing is, this concrete board is very crumbly inside there, so it doesn't offer a lot of strength. See, I can. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I want to try that one more time. This time I'm going to try it with a longer screw and see if that'll make any difference. Since this is actually going to be doubled up anyway, this is more accurate to how it would be. No, it's definitely stronger, but it's still got that movement there. I don't know. My backup plan is to use these torque washers and carriage bolts. This would definitely be stronger. The only issue is that I don't know if I want to see this on the outside of the planter. The reason this works so well is these torque washers dig into the substrate or whatever you're using. And then they have that square that matches up with the square on the carriage bolt. So that way it locks the carriage bolt in. My sides have set up now, and there's a couple spots where it was a little uneven on the brake there. So I'm just going to take a grinding stone, concrete grinding stone. Alrighty, let's mix some concrete. For this project, I'm going to be using Fast Set Allcrete by Quickcrete. I've never used this before, so just another part of the experiment. Okay, here we go. Rocks killing me. The mix doesn't have rocks in it. It's just that because I left it by the garage door and it got rained on, I have all these hard clumps that I thought I could kind of just work through, but now I'm not so certain. I'm letting this dry, and now I think, I'm pretty confident, this is gonna work. While this was drying, I ran to the hardware store, picked up another bag or two of Allcrete so that I have, because the problem I was having was the rocks from where the rain hit the bag. That was causing me a problem. And I tried to start out using the trowel. I thought I would need to really shove this on with the trowel. That didn't really work so hot. What worked best was just using my hand and a pair of gloves. What I'm going to do now is set up all the rest of the pieces up here and go ahead and give them a coat on the one side and probably go ahead and put a second coat on this one. That is much more like it. Smooth as butter. One thing I also want to make sure that I do while I'm doing this is fill in the gap, the seam between the two pieces. Kim just came out here and finished what she was doing, which is a big help, because I got to tell you, one thing about working with quick set cement and filming yourself is you feel a little bit like a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. So lots of glove changing or lots of concrete on the camera. I'm just wringing that sponge out, almost totally all the water out, and then just barely touching the concrete. So the sides of our concrete raised bed planter are set up, but they feel like sandpaper. So I'm going over them with this grinding stone. You don't have to do that, but I just don't want it to feel, super rough like when Kim's working out here in this. So I thought I was gonna be able to use these stainless steel screws to hold everything together, but turns out not. That's not gonna hold like I thought it did in the test. I'm gonna have to go with the carriage bolts. He's so heavy. There we go. The original plan for this was this is for Kim's raspberries. And the thing is though, now that the whole thing is completed, I don't know, cameraman, what do you think about this?
I love it.
So I may end up building a bunch of these to hold all the vegetables. We'll have to see. This whole area out here beside the house is going to become the garden area. And we're gonna put a greenhouse out here and everything. These carriage bolts, it might even look kind of cool to go back and paint these black. I really didn't want these to begin with, but Kim actually likes them. So
I really like them, and I hope they rust because I really want that old dirty look.
some people may look at this and say, well, it'd have been easier to have just poured slabs. And maybe, maybe not. But that would not have given Kim the look she wanted. She really wanted that old world, been there forever look. She's probably gonna end up smearing dirt on this to make it look older. And I'm probably gonna end up making a bunch more of these.